it's now 2016. The time, not the year. And I'm going to kick off the first ever eggnog. And so with that, we're looking for licensed ham radio operators that are going to act as control operator to get non-licensed people onto the air, and in particular the kids. With that, I'm going to open it up for anyone that wants to check in with eggnog.
Say the call sign.
KI7MUA.
And your first name.
Owen James Webb.
All right, here we go.
KI7MUA, Alden, and I hear your grandpa in the background there. You know, young man, you're responsible for me wanting to do this.
I'm kind of getting the hang of it.
Well, from what your grandpa says, you're really interested in the radio, and you think you're going to go and get your ham radio license there, from what I heard. Is that correct?
Yep.
And you did real well there with push to talk and waiting before you said yep. So you're getting the hang of it already. And this is your first time on the air holding the microphone, isn't it?
Oh, I'm still holding the microphone for him. I haven't turned him loose with it yet, but he's doing the talking.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought maybe he had the mic in his hand and you were just keeping an eyeball on him. But anyway, Alden, you are the reason we're having eggnog, and I think it was a great idea. And because you were calling it eggnog, that's what I'm calling it. I'm just trying to come up with a really good name for it. So maybe you can brainstorm with that with your sister. And if I remember right, her name's Lily, and she's probably standing around there as well.
Okay, then start talking.
Hi.
Here I go.
Well, hello there, and I'm guessing this is Lily. How old are you, Lily?
Push it down.
7 and 3 minutes. Older than my brother.
That's right. You guys are twins, and you're both 7, and you're 3 minutes older. So that makes you the big sister. So are you going to help your little brother, or your younger brother, get his license there and get yours as well, or what?
Yeah. I've got a little sister, so I'm basically the biggest sister because I've got a little sister and a little brother, and that's tough because little sister intends to try to chew on the chickens, and they're only babies.
Well, I've got chickens too, and mine were little babies when we got them, and now they're really big, and they give us eggs, and sometimes we have so many eggs we have to give them to our friends and our family. So you'll probably have lots of fun with those chickens.
Yes, they are very fun. But though Bear Dog is very interested in them, he tries to eat them every now and then.
Well, you'll have to keep an eyeball on them, and I'll bet you that Alden will help you do that. And keep them safe till they get big enough they can take care of themselves. And then you can get some eggs, nice fresh eggs.
Second here, Bruce. I'm giving you instruction. I'll be right with you.
No problem, Alex. We'll be patient.
Giving them their instructions. Here we go. Alden, this is
KI
7 MUA. And we are going to turn it back over to Net now so that some other children can talk as well. And thank you so much for your interest in holding eggnog and getting these kids interested in this. This is so cool. This is KI7MUA, as station control operator. My name is Alex, and thank you very much, Bruce. And back over to Net.
Well, thank you, Alex, and thank you, Alden and Lily, for being my first two on eggnog. And now I'm going to see if there's anybody else out there, and I'm pretty sure we have at least one. So, anybody out there? Any young kids for eggnog, or some grown-ups too?
K7DJL, Sophia, Brownsville.
Sophia in Brownsville, and you did a really good job there, but I messed up because you surprised me. I wasn't expecting that call sign. So can you give that to me one more time? Just the call sign's all I need. So hold the mic down for about 2 seconds and give me that call sign.
K7 K7ZJL.
Alrighty then, K7ZJL. And your name is Sophia, and you did a really good job with that. So, are you excited to be on the radio, Sophia?
Really excited to talk on the, whatever, what is it?
The ham radio.
The ham radio.
Yeah, it's kind of fun, isn't it? And when you get your license, you don't have to have a licensed radio operator there to be the controller. You can do it yourself once you get your license. So that's the goal, is to get kids interested, and you guys get your licenses, and then you're the future of our hobby and the future of being able to talk on these radios.
Want to say anything else? She might be done. This is Kilo 7 Zulu Julia Lima, James, control operator.
Well, thank you, James. And Sophia, I have a question for you if you're up to answering it. And I'm curious how old you are.
9.
All right, you're 9 years old, and this is your first time on the radio?
Yep.
Well, Sophia, you did a really good job. And your control operator can either sign out, or, because you did such a really good job calling in and signing in, I'll bet you can handle that too. So if you just give your call sign and say clear, I'll go on and see who else is out there.
K7ZJL. Clear.
You did a real good job there, Sophia. That was just like a professional, except we're amateurs. So you did great. And with that, I'm going to ask to see if there's anybody else out there. Anybody else for eggnog? Young ones or not so young ones, because you can be a grown-up and not have a license and still be interested. And I'm pretty sure we have at least one more sitting in the wings there.
W7KNE.
Okay, I wasn't quite ready to write that. I got W7, and there's an E in there somewhere. So, you did a really good job. It's not your fault. Could you say it again a little bit slower for me, please?
W7KNE.
And that was really good. I got it, and I was ready for you. And what's your first name?
Melody.
I need you to try that one more time. It kind of sounded like maybe you said Debbie?
Melody.
Melody. Okay, so it's W7KNE, and your name is Melody. How old are you, Melody?
11.
Alrighty, you're 11 years old, and is this your first time on the radio?
No, I've talked a couple of times on the radio. My dad's right next to me.
Alrighty then. And are you interested in getting your license when you can study up for it and go take the test?
I have been studying a little bit. I am interested in getting it.
Well, that is good to hear, and you sound like you know what you're doing there. You're doing it just right. Are you holding the microphone, or is your dad?
I'm holding the microphone.
Well, then you are doing a really good job, because this is a system that takes quite a while for everything to hook up, and you're giving it the pause that's needed and everything. So you're doing a really good job there, Melody. Thanks for checking in with us. Appreciate it.
Yeah. My dad has taught me a lot about how to mic and a lot. So I've learned a lot.
You keep going at this pace, and we'll have you doing a net control operator's job as soon as you can.
Well, I do talk a lot in class, but I've called Chatty Cathy, but I couldn't probably do it. I wouldn't probably be able to do that much. Not without my dad around to help me.
Well, I'll bet your dad would be more than happy to help you first few times. And if you're interested, you know, you never have to do anything you don't want to do. If you were interested, I'll bet you'd be a natural at it just from talking to you this little bit.
Yeah, I could do it. I've been I've talked, but I've listened to the nets and I've talked once on one. I've done Kids Day a couple of times. It's been pretty fun learning about day and all that and eggnog.
Okay, Melody. Well, thank you for checking in. And unless there's anything else you want to say, why don't you give us your call sign and a clear, and we'll see if there's anybody else out there.
W7KNE, clear.
And that wasn't a sign off. It was so clear and concise. You rarely hear it that clear and concise. So you did an excellent job, young lady. And I thank you for checking into the Eggnog Net and helping make it a success. And with that, this is KG7TUO, and I'm running Aegon, Anything Goes Open Net, but I'm still running a subnet underneath called Eggnog. And I'm looking for another check-in or two. Young'uns are not so young. So Eggnog, anybody wants to check in with Eggnog?
W7SNK.
W7SNK, and you just happen to be the one that I thought was waiting in the wings. And what is your name?
I'm stable. I'm stable, and I'm 4, and I'm 4 years old.
Well, there was a little bit of static, but I got that you were 4 years old. You are doing a great job. And are you excited to be able to talk on the radio?
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
Alrighty, and I'll bet it'll be a few years, but you're probably going to end up being a ham radio licensed operator in a few years, aren't you?
Ham radio operator?
Alrighty, and you did a great job signing in there. That was awesome. So if you don't have anything else to say, why don't you give us a sign out and the word clear after your call sign, and we'll be good to go.
Clear.
And with that, hey, am I having that intermod come over the link that I'm receiving as well? That burst of interference?
You are, and that is why I couldn't catch the name. It was right in the middle of it. What was that young person's name there?
I'll repeat it twice. It's Gabriel, like the Archangel Gabriel.
All right, thank you. Yes, there was Intermod. So now that we've talked again, why don't you give us another sign out there, and we're going to move on from Eggnog if there's nobody else, but I'll check one more time.
You're right, Liz 7, not no kid, I'm playing.
All right, so we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 check-ins for Eggnog. I'm going to give one more call because I don't know if there's anyone else out there, but I don't want to leave anyone out. So one more call for Eggnog. Anybody wants to check in with a control operator, whether you're licensed or not there. Actually, I guess if you have a control operator, you don't have a license. So one more call for check-ins for Eggnog. Go ahead.
This is KI7MUA. This is Sarah. I'm Alex's daughter and mother to Alden and Lillian. I am 33 years old from Glide, Oregon. Thanks a lot for holding that.
Well, Sarah, you're welcome. And hopefully you get just as excited about it and see the importance of it and maybe go and get your license.
Well, I think that's the plan. I've got a little boy pretty excited about the program and a girl that's sharing about the same interests. And believe it or not, there's a 7-month-old baby on the bed here watching the radio as well.
Well, that sounds like a family of ham operators to me. So good luck with that. And I just happened to get my credentials today to give tests, although I can't do it by myself. But I am now official. I can give tests, and we have tests all over the area, different days. So when you guys are ready, there's going to be a test shortly after you get ready to go down there and take those tests.
Well, that sounds like a pretty good idea to me, and we'll get these kids going and just make that part of their homeschool plan here. KI7MUA, and I'll turn it back over to Net. Thanks a lot, guys.
Well, thank you, Sarah, for checking in. And that's 3, 4, 5, 6 with 5 little ones and 1 grown-up, all planning to get their ham radio licenses at some point in the future. So that's great. Like to hear that. And with that, I'll give one more call. This is KG7TUO. This is Aegon. And right now we're doing Eggnog. So one more call for anyone that's not licensed coming in with a control operator.
Zion in Brownsville. K7DGO.
Okay, you surprised me there, but I got the K7ZGO and I got you in Brownsville. You might have said Brian. If that was your name, give me a Roger, and then what's up?
Zion. Z-I-O-N.
Okay, Zion? Is that correct?
Roger.
Well, thank you for checking in, Zion. And you sound good and clear on the radio. I got your call sign really well. I thought you said Brian, but hey, Zion is pretty close when you're talking on the radio. So, and we straightened that out. So you're doing a great job. Are you excited to be on the radio? And is this your first time?
Yes and yes.
Well, you are doing a great job. And how old are you? Just so I can put that down on my little logbook here.
11 and turning 12 in 1 month.
11 and almost 12. So that's great. Are you studying for the test or interested in taking the test and becoming a ham radio license operator?
I'm studying a little bit. I have like 3 times a week. Every night.
Well, that's studying 3 times a week is pretty good. There's a lot of us out here that don't have that much time to study, and some of us that can. You study a little bit every week, and before you know it, you'll have a ham radio license. Well, I think you did what I do sometimes, and you short keyed. Make sure you hold that key down 2 seconds and then say your reply, and then let up on that key, because we all do it, and I think you did a little bit there, but you keep studying, and you'll have a ham radio license. And if you don't have anything else for the net, why don't you give me your call sign and the clear? And if you do, that's fine. We can keep talking.
Thank you for holding the net. K7DGL clear.
You are quite welcome, Zion, and everybody else that checked in on Eggnog. And you did a really good job there. And I'm surprised I'm getting more check-ins than I thought. But we're going to go one more time and see if we can find anybody else out there who wants to check in for Eggnog with a control operator.
7JI.
Okay, the last part of your call sign is 7JI, and I didn't catch the first part. So hold the key down for just a little bit, and then give me that call sign again and your name, please.
Number 7. And Nate.
Okay, this is not you doing it. There's a little bit of interference. So I think I've got N7JI, but I didn't get your name because there's a little popping in the signal, and it's not you. It's the radio system. So go ahead one more time with your name.
This is Nate. November Alpha Tango Echo.
Now that was really good because I didn't even ask you to do it that way, and that really makes it clear. Your name is Nate. And so how are you doing tonight, Nate, and how old are you?
It is good, and I am 9 years old.
Well, I'm glad to hear that everything's good, and you're 9 years old. So is this your first time on the radio, and is it fun, and are you excited about it?
This is not my first time, and yes, I am enjoying it.
Alrighty, and I'll have to remember to ask only one question at a time because I'm not talking with people that are standing there writing down notes to see what they're supposed to answer. And this is new to me too, but you're doing a great job. And are you planning on getting a radio license when you study up?
Roger.
Outstanding. I'm glad you checked in, Nate. If you have anything else for the net, that's great. If not, then why don't you go ahead and give us your call sign and a clear.
To do field day next week.
Oh.
And my dad is actually N7J.
So you're going to go to field. I was going to go to field day, and now I have to go to Idaho to go see my girlfriend's mom. We have to run over there for a trip, and I'm going to miss field day. So you have a fun time at field day for me if you get to go.
Trip and TU. Over.
Okay, I'm not sure what that was. Was that N7JI signing off?
Yes, but I meant to say thank you, and I am signing off.
Okay, well, you're welcome. And just to make it all legal, let's get a proper N7JI clear, and we'll be good to go.
This is November 7, Juliet, India.
Outstanding, Nate. You did a great job there. And hopefully there's nobody else out there, because we've been doing this for about 30 minutes. And I'm going to go one more time anyway, because this is fun and this is good for the hobby. So, with that, eggnog, one more time, we're going to look for check-ins. Anyone out there using a control operator that wants to check into the radio?
So, Papa, KG7, OPL.
KG7 OPL. And what is your first name, sir? Okay, I've got your call sign. Is your name Luke? And all I need is your name, and then we can have a nice little chat.
It is Luke, but he already ran off. But I have another one that wants to say hi. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Kaden Jeffrey. I'm gonna turn 7 in November.
Okay, so you're going to turn 7 in November. That means you're 6. How old is Luke?
Luke is 3.
Okay, so Luke's 3 and you're 6. That's great. So are you excited to talk on the radio?
Yes, with my dad.
Yep. You've always got to have your dad there or someone who has a license. And that's a point we need to make to everybody that's checked in. Make sure you don't play with the radios when you don't have a licensed operator. But you should all know that, because you've got a licensed operator there that's telling you that, I'm sure. And with that, do you have anything else for us? Or do you want to sign out and we'll see if there's one more out there?
Clear.
Alrighty, thank you very much for checking in. We appreciate that. This is KG7TUO. This is Aegon. And I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to try this. So please, nobody check in. We'll get back to you. This is not the end of the net. This is just eggnog. And I'm trying to get any last stragglers that might be out there using a control operator, especially kids that have got their dad or grandpa or somebody there that want to check in to the first ever eggnog net. So come now. And with nothing heard, I would like to thank everybody, the control operators, as well as the young people and the not so young people that's still way younger than me who checked into the first ever eggnog. I'd say it was a success. Hopefully everybody got a big kick out of that. And with that, I'm going to return to the regular Aegon. Anything Goes Open Net, and express my great appreciation to Alden for giving me the inspiration to do this. So thank you, Alden. And with that, we're back to Aegon. Anything Goes Open Net. Looking for check-ins. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.